Hi, you welcome to today's School of Leadership Development radio show with your host Angel Vallejo, here to love, serve, and transform business and life. If this is your first time chiming in or you've been on the call before, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up on live or on the replay. And a quick shout out. I recently, I want to just say thank you for everyone that reached out to me. I had my grandfather just recently passed away. He was 95 years old, and he lived an awesome life. So I just want to say thank you for everyone that took the time to send me a comment or a love or just a virtual hug and stuff. Everything is going good. So just want to say thank you on that. And so before I get started, I just want to share is that the idea that you have leadership inside of you, I believe that. And I believe that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And so I want to say thank you for showing up. Pat yourself on the back for showing up. I know my mentor used to say at 80% of success is just showing up. And you, like me, did just that. So give yourself a round of applause. Smile. Today is a great day, and God is good. And so this month, we've been discussing the topic of public speaking and as it relates to leadership development. And today, I'm going to be sharing some of my top quotes and on public speaking, and also I'm going to share a cool little story at the very end. So stay tuned. So first, I want to share a quote from you is from Winston Churchill. And he says that if you have an important point to make, don't try to be subtle or clever about it. Use a pile driver, hit it once, then come back and hit it again, and then hit it a third time. A tremendous whack. And that's Winston Churchill. And that reminds me of when I first started speaking and going out and learning how to develop a message and whatnot. And I remember learning your basics is your introduction, your body, and your conclusion. And one time I was at an event, and I remember this guy, he was just like, he just broke it down really simple. He's just like, you just got to tell them. Tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them, and then tell them what you just told them. He said, tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you just told them. And that's been a cool little way. So if you're putting together a message, that's an easy way to put it together is to, okay, what am I going to tell them, and then tell them what you just told them. And so here we go on my second quote that I'm sharing today is from Dale Carnegie. And he says, there's always three speeches. The one you actually gave, the one you practiced, and then the one that you wish you gave. And that's from Dale Carnegie. And usually when I give a speech or a talk or a presentation or when I'm coaching somebody in a training or workshop, I usually have three questions that I ask. Either I ask myself or I have somebody ask me, or I'm asking the questions to the person that delivered. And these questions, feel free to borrow them if you like. If you want me to give you feedback on a presentation that you're giving or something like that, feel free to reach out and via phone or message, and I'll totally open to doing that. So here's the three questions. One is you ask yourself, or you ask the person that you're coaching is, how did you feel about your presentation? Or how did you feel about your talk? How did you feel about it in general? So this question here is key to tap into your feelings and emotions. And I know some of us out there are just thinkers and not really feelers, but the good thing about this is that I know for me, I've given lots of different presentations, and it draws up a lot of feelings inside. So to be able to express that to somebody is helps. That's the first question is, how did you feel about your presentation? The second question is, what did you like best? What did you like best? So this is key Because when you're asking, when you do a presentation after you're done, I think it's our natural human instinct to feel like, have all these feelings go inside, and then you start seeing like maybe you stumbled, or maybe you mispronounced some words, or you missed some lines that you were supposed to say. And when you focus on the question is, what did you like best? That automatically focuses on the good things. So you're able to highlight the good things. So that's your second question is, what did you like best? And then lastly is your third is, if I had the opportunity to do it again, if anything, what would you change or do different? If you had the opportunity to do it again, what would you change or do different? So this question is key, because if you took the time to do it once and you practice for it, and you put all this time into doing it once, then it should be worth doing again and again. And especially when it comes to presenting and sharing your story, it's any opportunity that you can share your story should be open game. So that's that. So my third quote I would like to share today is from Richard Branson with Virgin Airlines, and he says this: picture yourself in a living room having a chat with friends. You would be relaxed and comfortable and talking with them. The same applies to public speaking. And that's from Richard Branson. I want to say thank you, Richard. Thank you for sharing those kind words. And if I were to be frank and completely transparent, I need to disclose that it's not always easy as it sounds. Me personally, I've struggled with being relaxed when I had to speak in public. I had to overcome some of the anxieties and nervousness that comes up when I'm about to speak, or right before I'm going to speak. I used to have a lot of anxiety and nervousness. But what I've done is I've switched it and turned that anxiety and nervousness, I've turned it into excitement and enthusiasm. So instead of being nervous, I say I'm excited, and I get excited. And I don't know about Richard Branson talking about being calm. I don't get calm. I get jazzed up. I get excited. And enthusiasm, what I found though, when you're enthusiastic about things, enthusiasm is contagious. And also, enthusiasm feels better. So enthusiasm is contagious and feels better. And I love the way my mentor and friend, Zig Ziglar, put it. He said, for every sale that you miss because you're too enthusiastic, you will miss 100 because you're not enthusiastic enough. So you don't see yourself as a winner. You cannot perform as a winner. And those are the words from the great Zig Ziglar. And I want to say thank you for him. I've been following him for a while, and he has some great content. So I'm going to end with this last quote from Franklin Roosevelt, and also I'm going to share a quick story before ending. And he says, be sincere, be brief, and be seated when it comes to public speaking. So several years ago, I was asked to share my story in front of 200 plus people, and I was only given 5 minutes to share. And I remember thinking, man, I have to share my whole life story in 5 minutes? And so I was like, all right, I'm on for the challenge. So I remember practicing, writing things down on paper, and I remember praying and asking God to speak through me and give me the right words to say. And what's so cool about it is that I went and I delivered this message, and I felt all right about it. I went and I was obedient to share what I felt, the highlights of my life story have been. And I felt like I did pretty good. But the really cool part about it was when I was done, after the event, a complete stranger came and talked to me. And she said, she came up and she says, "Hey, Angel, I want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing your message. It really resonated with me. And while you were giving your talk, I felt that God told me that you're going to be the one that sell my house." And I was like, "What? Wait, really?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, well," I was totally blown away. And I was not expecting that kind of blessing to come out of a 5-minute talk, because my intention wasn't to go there and try to gain a new client. But it just happened organically. And I believe that it can happen to you as well. So you might be wondering, like, well, why are you sharing this story? And what does it have to do with me, or what does it have to do with you, right? So let's take it back to leadership and leadership development. And I believe that you have a story in you, and that you have a story that needs to be shared by you, and somebody needs to hear it by you. You have something that you've gone through. You have something that you've experienced, and that only you can share, and that the way that you overcame it. And some of you might be going through something right now, and you can share that with somebody, even though you haven't overcome it yet, and really humanize yourself, and let people know that, hey, this is real, right? People go through stuff. And so I believe that you have a story in you, and I want to encourage you to continue to share that story. And or you might have a product or a service that you provide to the general public. So I'm just here to let you know that by sharing publicly, it's gonna enhance your audience and the ability to speak to more people at one time. And so either way, I just want you to know that I believe in you. I'm on your side. I believe that you can make a difference in your life, and I'm hoping and believing that I'm making a difference somehow, sharing into this message with you today. And so I want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up today. And like I mentioned earlier, feel free to reach out. I'm on your side. I'm on your corner. You're listening to the School of Leadership Development radio show with your host, Angel Vallejo. And we're coming at you live on Wednesdays at noon Pacific. You could also catch our replay or what we're up to on schoolofleadershipdevelopment.com/sold/. And you could also find me on YouTube. Just search Angel Vallejo, and that'll pop right up. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But again, I want to say thank you. You have leadership inside of you. You have greatness inside of you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And I want to say thanks again. God bless you, and have a great rest of your day. Talk soon.